Hey everybody, I'm Mama Bird and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be making up some different types of pickles, and I got my helper here, Miss Betty Jan, to help me along the journey. We'll see how long she stays here, huh? So, the type of pickles that we are going to be doing, I have...
Cucumber pickles.
Cucumber pickles. I have Miss Waggers here. Is that how you say it? Waggers, Miss Wags. I have her zesty bread and butter pickles, so we're going to be making some of those. And then I'm also doing a baby dill recipe out of my pickling book that I have here. We can link this below if you're interested in checking it out. First step we got to do, yep, we got cucumbers.
Nah, I said pickle.
They turn into pickles.
Yeah.
So what I got going on in here is I got two different types of cucumbers. These ones are kind of like a fatter pickling ones, and then these ones are your more crisp ones, smaller whole pickles. So we're going to turn these into our dill pickles, and these are going to be our bread and butter. These cucumbers I picked up from the farmer's market last weekend, and they need to get ready to go, so we're going to go ahead and start prepping. The first thing we're going to work with are these baby dills, because these need to sit overnight in a salt water brine. So we're going to get started with these. Alright, so we got a bucket here. This is a 3-gallon I picked up. It used to have donuts glaze in it. I got this free on Facebook Marketplace from someone who works in one of the bakeries. So you can always go to any bakery, really. They all use the same kind of buckets, and see if you could pick some up for free. This is going to be the perfect size for soaking. So that's what we're going to use the bucket for. Betty Jam, pass me a cucumber. Thank you. You grab one. So what we're going to do... Ah, don't start.
I'm going to start.
Don't you start. Alright, we're going to have a little scrap bowl here for the ends. Are you watching? You got to pay attention first what I'm doing. First thing you're going to do is you're going to trim off just the little blossom end there. Just a little bit, not too much.
Is it like here?
Yep, cut that off. Perfect. Grab it and put it in the, yep, and then twirl it around and do the other end. That's it, perfect. And now we're going to take a fork. We're going to do a couple of different jabs into it. Oh, you can use my fork. Just so that water helps penetrate into the pickle, making it nice and crispy. That's it. All right, put it in the bucket.
What you guys are making?
All right.
Pickles.
And then we continue. Pickles? Yep. Some more more cucumbers. Thank you.
Do the same thing?
Yep. Nice.
I got this.
Jab. Jab.
Oh, Mom, I put it in.
Oh, wow, wow.
Mom, you got the wrong thing.
Good job catching it.
In my eye.
Whoa, that's a big pickle. Well, cucumber. Now you got me calling them pickles already.
Mama, don't.
So it works better if you rotate this over and use the same hand for the same knife. So when you cut this in, spin it, and then cut that in. Does that make sense?
But I like it.
Okay, yeah, just so for your next cucumber.
I want to get
You did it again!
Quick. I keep getting it wrong. Mama, do go try. Can you feed these to the goats?
Yeah, you can feed these ends to the goats. They'll like it. Or the chickens will like it too.
How come you did the best?
I are, Mama. Fastest cucumber slicer of the West. Good job. Jab.
Oh!
Uh-oh, you jabbed a little too hard. That's alright. Just put it in there like that. You can eat this. You put that in there.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm. Good job.
So good. Still good.
Still good?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, my dear. Ah. Alright, pickle me. I mean, cucumber me. Thank you.
Mama. This one's so good.
Yeah, put that in there.
Wait me.
Oh my gosh. Man, I'm glad you're here helping me.
You can't do it by yourself.
I mean, I could, but it takes a lot more time to do it by yourself.
I'm like I got a lot of holes.
Oh, you do. Good job.
A
That
lot.
one's gonna be crispy.
Huh?
That one's gonna be crispy.
Mom, can I take it?
This is salt. Salty?
Salty.
Okay. We're about a third of the way done with our cucumbers, so we're going to take a break from here and sprinkle a 1/4 cup of canning or pickling salt over this. You want to try and do this in layers, and then we're going to keep slicing and stack it up. All right, pickles chopped, salted, and pricked. And now we're just going to fill this all the way to the top with cold water.
Mom, what happened to all the salt?
It disappears into the water. So the whole water becomes salt water now. So we want to fill it up till it's about an inch above the last cucumber. So probably up to right here to this line.
Now have it like...
Alright, so it's full to an inch above, but these will float. So you just want some kind of bowl and or plate or something to keep them down. Oh, maybe I flip it upside down. Oh, that works better. Ah!
it was too thin.
It's too... Oh, maybe I should fill it up with water and then do it. Yeah, my plate is too big, and I don't have another plate that fits. I don't know if that's gonna work because there's an air pocket that's keeping.
Hey, one's floating.
Yeah, the air bubble. I don't know how I'm gonna do
I
this.
know. You need something to keep them.
Submerged in there. Yeah. We're gonna put the bowl here with some water in it to help keep those submerged in that pickle brine. All right, so with our pickles now, we are going to let them sit at room temperature anywhere from 12 to 24 hours. So I'm just gonna put them over here in the corner of my kitchen, and that's where they're gonna chill. So next, let's move on to these bread and butter pickles. I'm gonna get my brine started for these bread and butter pickles. It says 8 3/4 cup of vinegar, 7 cups of sugar, and then this pouch. All right, so we're just gonna add all 3 to the pot at one time.
Mom, what happens if we...
All right, so we're just gonna let this on high heat get all melted and dissolved, and we're gonna work on slicing our cucumbers.
Again?
Yeah, we got these ones to do now.
I'm tired.
We'll go take a break. Mom will finish.
Now.
Get it off. Get it off. Now these ones.
Mom, we're gonna have to cut the big piece at the base.
Yeah, well these ones you're gonna cut into wedges. So you're gonna cut in half, like that, and then cut in half.
Oh.
And there you go. Look at that big. Is that a big slice of pickle you want to eat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mom, look at that big
Whoa.
guppy. Next, I do the other side.
Yep.
Now I cut it in half.
Yep. Hold on. You gotta go straight. You want to cut it right in half. Yep. Keep your knife straight. Yep. Like that. Back and forth.
I cut it.
Yep. There you go.
Ow.
Now same thing. You want to cut it in half this way.
Like this.
Yep. And remember, you want to take your tip and push it down, and let the knife do the work for you, like this. Watch me. And don't hold your finger. You want to pinch. Pinch, tip, push, and then use that to slice. Yeah, like this. See? Push it down like that, and then See?
Where I get this.
There you go. And then we're gonna put them in here like
You
this.
can guess this?
Yep. So it's a little tall.
Huh?
This one's a little tall. It's peeking out the top there.
Okay, Mama.
Then I kind of want to lay it down on the side
We have
here.
to cut it a little smaller.
If you want to, yeah. Smaller pickle slices.
No.
Some of these are pretty big.
Oh.
About a small one in there. Maybe this one. It's pretty good.
Well, there's more jars.
Yep. There we go.
Kitty, what are you doing? Okay. I'm doing
Alright.
if Kitty eats
I
applesauce.
think that might if Gideon needs an applesauce.
That means yes.
Yes, that means yes. You can have one. Thank you for double checking. Okay, cucumber. Well, this one's kind of crooked, so I think I'm going to use this one for slices.
Knives are very slicey. You need to make them. I'm gonna get the first slices too. Well, mine can cook it.
It's okay. We still do slices.
Okay, I can still do it.
A mandolin would be nice, but I don't have one.
You can say chop chop as a cucumber. You can say that. Chop chop as a cucumber. Mama, do you want to try?
Chop, chop, chop.
No,
is the
when you get the cucumber and you do this, chop 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 as a cucumber, and you get the cucumber.
Our jars are all filled up. Our brine was boiling, so it's ready to go. So now we're just gonna ladle. I like to reuse old pickle jars, especially for water bath projects like pickles. I find that they seal really well, and it's a good way to not have to use all your canning jars. Just ask your friends to save any jars for you that they have gotten from the store, and you can reuse them. So we're going to 1/4 inch headspace, like that. And I have some a paper towel here with just some distilled vinegar. We're going to wipe these rims really good. Make sure we get any of that sticky brine off. As you can see, I did a couple of slices and then I did a couple of wedges just to kind of mix it up a bit. Oh, and then debubble. You want to debubble as well. Try and pick up maybe some of these slices, get them picked up. All right. Kids. Okay, that's better. And then it's fingertip tight. We've got our canner loaded with our pickles. I did not have room for 2 of them, so I will do another run after that. We are going to wait for the water to come to a full boil before we start our timer, and we're going to do it for 20 minutes. We had a little bit extra brine left, so we peeled a couple of carrots, sliced them up, and made some zesty pickled carrots, which are also just as tasty. All right, back to the slicing. Our bread and butter pickles are out. They look absolutely gorgeous. And I got 3 more in the canner, in the water bath canner, waiting for that. I did use my pressure cooker as a water bather, if you noticed that. I prefer to have less equipment in the kitchen, so I just use those. Now that the bread and butter pickles are done, that's all we can do for today at this point. I have to wait for those other pickles to soak overnight, and I will can them up in the morning and bring you along with. So until the morning. Hey everybody, it is the next day. I have the cucumbers drained and rinsed in the sink, and I have my assembly set up for this recipe. It is super simple. For the brine, all you need is mustard seeds, canning salt or pickling salt, water, white vinegar, dill heads, and garlic. So if you haven't seen dill before, like on an actual plant growing, this is what it looks like. And when it says dill heads, it's talking about these right here. These holds a lot of flavor. These little sprigs of dill also hold a lot of flavor, so you can use those as well. If you don't have fresh dill, dried dill weed works just fine. I have a pile here that I've already picked, fresh from the garden, so I'll get you in close and show you what we're doing. Alright, so I got quarts here, and these are all sanitized with hot water. My canner can only hold 7 quarts at a time, so we're just going to do 7 to start. I'm gonna put 2 garlic cloves in each bottom, kind of like a big and a small. And then some dill, got some sprigs, some heads. And then we're also going to be putting more on top, so kind of layering. Oh, good thing I brought more. Alright, and then pickles. I decided to keep mine whole, because I think those would be a fun snack. Probably won't get too many in here though. I'll try. These will shrink up a little bit, so it is okay to pack them. Okay, and then we're gonna do 2 more garlic and some more dill. That one's ready. Okay, so over here I got my pot of water. I might have to add more. We'll see how it fills up when I put the quarts in there. And then I have my brine, which I'll have the recipe linked below. This is just water, vinegar, salt, and mustard seeds. Now that these are all full, we're going to debubble. There shouldn't really be too many air bubbles because they're pretty big pickles. And I really packed them in there to try and fit as many as I can. There's not much wiggle room. We'll do what we can, try and get as many out as possible. Paper towel here with a little splash of vinegar, just to make sure these rims are nice and clean. You can really do any kind of vegetable with this. It doesn't just have to be cucumbers to make pickles. Like you saw, I did carrots, kohlrabi's good, cauliflower's good. Here's your type. Alright, so the water is pretty full, pretty much all the way up to the brim there, but you want it 1 inch over your jars. So this is actually perfect. Now you don't want to set your timer until it starts coming to a full rolling boil. So we're just going to let this sit when it comes to a boil, and then we'll set it for 20 minutes. All of our pickles just came out of the water bath canner. They're looking good, they're cooling down. I had enough pickles to fit in a half gallon. My brine, I only had enough to come up to here, so I just did half water, half vinegar, teaspoon of salt, and then filled this up the rest of the way. And this is going to go in the fridge. Gonna let it sit for about 2 weeks before we break into it, and then we're gonna give them a try. I had a little bit of fresh dill in here, and then the rest I had to use ground from the garden last year, which is fine. So I would say that was a success. 7 quarts of pickles in a half gallon. Well guys, that's all the pickle recipes I have for you today. Make sure you check out this book. I have it linked below if you want to see even more pickled recipes. I did a pickled strawberries and pickled rhubarb from here. I can link that video below if you're interested in checking it out. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll catch you next time on Mama Baird's. These are the cucumbers I picked up from the farmer's market. Market.
Bread and butter pickles.
Bread and butter.
Bread and butter.
Bread and butter.
Bread and butter. Mama, can you see me?
Yes, we can see you. I had a little bit of that brine left and I didn't want to waste it, but I ran out of cucumbers. So I sliced up some carrots and I'm going to make some zesty pickled carrots, which are also...
Sorry,
You can help you. Now that the bread and butter, and then I'll show you Hannah can't. These little spikes of dill. All of our dang it.